Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the world of Plantboi. Today, I have a reading in regards to somebody you're thinking about. What do they want you to know right now? What do they want you to know about them, about you, about the relationship, about what's going on? We will see. I will be using the Tarot Grand Lux to read for you today. I will also be showing you individual stones, and then I will show you them all together so you can pick according to your intuition, because I am here using my intuition to help you, but I hope that you also use your own intuition to help yourself throughout the reading. Because this is a general reading, this is not for anybody specific, this is for the general public. This is also a timeless reading, so whenever you find this, it shall apply. And timestamps for each reading will be down in the description and in the comment section. Thank you to everybody who has been coming through. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the comments and likes. I'm very grateful for that. And now let us get to the readings. On to the stones. All right, here are your options. We have stone number 1, multicolored speckled stone. We have stone number 2, beautiful stone. This almost looks like a crystal, quartz of some sort. Does anybody know what this is? I just found it. I might take this one home with me. And stone number 3. Beautiful tint to it. Now I ask that you focus on the intention. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and open your eyes. Please excuse the helicopter. Which stone is calling out to you? Which stone do you feel most drawn to? Take as much time as you need. Pause the video if necessary. All right, on to the readings. Hello, stone number 1. Welcome to your reading. What is it that you need to hear from this person? What do they need to tell you? What do they want to tell you? What do they want you to know? I feel like you guys have been following your intuition, and I feel like now is a time when you've been questioning your intuition with this person. Maybe you know what you know about this person. Maybe you know the feeling, but you're trying to tell yourself, no, I don't want to give myself hope. I don't want to do this. I don't want to allow myself to feel these emotions, to feel my intuition striking me correctly. But your intuition is correct. I feel like you want to almost paint this person to be somebody that they're not. Maybe they're known to be a player, people tell you that they're a player, or you assume that they're a player, but I don't really think their intentions are to play you. I don't think they have any ulterior motives. I don't believe they have sexual intentions. I feel like they really just want to get to know you. I feel like they want to understand you. There's no motive to do something else in getting to know you. It's just about getting to know you. And I feel like your intuition was telling you this, but maybe other people are in your ear, or you're telling yourself that no, they want you for a different reason. They're not just trying to get to know you, they want to get to know you to get something else out of you. But listen to your intuition. I feel like your intuition is being very calm and realistic and honorable to you and to them in the relationship. And I feel like you are trying to battle between this back and forth with emotions and listening to your heart, trying not to be too emotional with it. It's very chill. I feel like there's nothing to really worry about right now. The things haven't even came to fruition yet, and you're already worrying about what's about to happen, about the future, but the ship hasn't even sailed yet. It's just the thoughts. But they do have the intentions to come forward, to speak to you, to be honest, forefront. They're not going to be hiding things. I feel like they're very mental. They're somebody that's just going to speak their mind, even if it's the wrong thing to say. So you can read them correctly. You don't have to question your intuition with them. And I feel like they want you to know that you don't have to question them. You don't have to think that they're a player. You don't have to believe what people are saying. They're not talking with their hearts, they talk with their minds. They're not going to try to flirt their way into you. They're just going to speak it. They're just going to be honest. They're just going to be plain and blunt. And I feel like they make their catch. They're not the type of animal that's going to be like a cat, try to strike slowly. They're going to be the eagle. They're going to see it from a mile away and they're just going to swoop down real quick and get what they need to get and get out of there. They're not going to stalk the prey. They're just going to wait until they see something that they like. And I feel like they like you and they're honest and they're into you and there's no ulterior motives with them. I feel like a lot of times maybe you think there's like sexual motives, but I feel like this is very romantic. This is very honest. The energies are there flowing between you. There's a strong sense of understanding emotion, but also being grounded with reality, not speaking with your heart too much. It's more just saying what they feel, what's on their mind, being honest, grounded with their emotions. They're not just going to go for you just because they're attracted to you or they feel this lust. I don't think anything of that sort. That's what they want you to know about them. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if that resonated with you. And until next time, the world of Plantboi. Hello, number two. Welcome to your reading. Let's shuffle your deck and see what your person wants you to know about them. What's going on? What do you need to know about this person? Number two. I feel like to you, this person feels very open and true to who they are. I feel like you almost get confused why they're not letting you in or why are they being standoffish. But I feel like they're not very open. I feel like they're kind of in their own little world. They're very independent. I feel like they're not the type of person that's just going to go for something just because, or they're not going to be eccentric and outworldly with their personality and their thoughts and intentions. I feel like there's somebody that takes their time. They like to think of what's around them. They like to think of the options. They want to see what's going on. They're kind of in a halt right now. They're in a state of trying to understand themselves and what they really want for their life, what they want financially, what they want for their career, what they need for their life in the future, family life, future spouse. They're thinking realistically. And they're not somebody that's just going to be a fool for things. They're going to be analytical with their actions, but they're also going to be chilling. They're going to be chilling with themselves. They don't want any disruption coming to them. They don't want to bring somebody in just for the sake of it. And then all of a sudden they feel the disruption of a relationship or another person. I feel like they're very in tune with themselves and they're happy to be themselves and very independent. They may be feeling like there's a lack of control. Maybe they feel like they need to gain control of their life before they get involved with somebody romantically, before they get involved with whatever it is you two are going through, whatever's happening. I feel like there's this impatience, there's this need to create an environment that's suitable for this. I feel like they want everything to be perfect, to be right. They want somebody who understands them. But there's this impatience. Even though they're on their own and they like to focus on themselves and they're being very cool with themselves, I feel like deep down there's this sense of losing control, wanting control, trying to understand why things are happening around them. wanting to be this confident person, wanting to attract what they need, but feeling hopeless and kind of lost in doing so. And they're really striving for this balance. They want this balance in their life. And again, this has nothing to do with you personally. Maybe you're creating an off balance just because the thoughts are kind of stressing. Romantic thoughts are kind of stressing for them. But I feel like they just need this sense of control in their life. They want things to be in order, they want things structured correctly. They want to go through the right steps before they get to a marriage, before they get to having children. Or maybe they went through the wrong steps in the past, so now they want to make sure everything is going to go correctly with you and with whatever's going on, whether it's romantic, whether it's business oriented. But there's this sense of having a strong structure that's not there, needing a strong structure before they move forward. And it has nothing to do with you personally, it's just about themselves. When people are like, it's not you, it's me, they have to figure it out within themselves to get this strong foundation to move forward with you, to move forward romantically, to move forward financially, so they can even think about romance, so they can even think about a family. They're the type of person that needs these things around them. They need it tangible, they need the money, they need to feel fulfilled and excited about relationships. They're not just going to hop into it. Okay, they need to see ahead of them. They need to plan. All right. So that's what I have for you. They are finding the balance, even if they're not well balanced now. Okay. So that's beautiful. They want that well balance of life before getting involved with you in any sort of way. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if that resonated with you. And until next time, the world of Plantboi. Hello, number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's shuffle your deck. And let us see this person you're thinking of. What is it that you need to know about them? What do they want to tell you that they probably can't or haven't already? This person wants you to know that they are there. They are there to be your security. They are there to be your emotional security, to be somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can trust. I feel like a lot of times they spend their times alone. You spend your time alone. I feel like you have a lot in common when it comes to your internal dialogue. I feel like you guys can freely talk about your feelings, and I feel like they want you to talk about your feelings. I feel like you guys come into contact, you guys talk, and I feel like you guys can tell that you have a mutual understanding of each other, that you know how they feel, you know how they are romantically, you know how they are when they get involved with relationships, but you guys are kind of keeping it friendly. Maybe you guys aren't diving into the emotions just yet. But I think both of you know that you have a mutual understanding of each other and your emotions. It's just about speaking it and being honest with your emotions. And I feel like together you're going to be like, wow, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly what I think. They want you to be in control. They want you to take over and really be confident in expressing yourself, in ruling over the relationship. You can express yourself. You can let them know exactly how you feel, exactly what you want, and they will be there to give it to you. I feel like they want you to receive. They want you to ask. They want you to be there to receive anything that they have for you. They want to be able to give to you. They feel very abundant, very grateful, and they're feeling very generous. They're feeling very confident, and they want to give you whatever it is you want, whatever it is you desire. They want to be there to ensure that you feel corrected, that you feel confident, secure, that you just feel right. Maybe it's because they don't have this confidence, they don't have this drive to do so. Maybe they're nervous to succeed. They feel like they're not going to succeed, so they're taking it slow, but they want to know on your end that you're feeling confident, that that's what you want. They want to wait for you to express yourself so they can be like, me too. I'm feeling that sort of sense of energy. But this is the case if you're feeling like you understand them, if you're feeling like in your head, you're like, we feel the same. I can tell this person likes me. I can tell that we get along. There's a flow. If that's the case, if you feel like they're the one that's for you, that you understand their emotions and you guys replicate each other's emotions, if you feel that and it's mutual, why not express yourself? They're most likely nervous of failure. They're scared of losing you, of not succeeding. But, just go for it. Why not? What's going to happen if you fail? If this person wasn't for you, they weren't for you. So what's the point, Might as well just express yourself. And I feel like you will be successful. I feel like they want you to be successful. They want you to strive for them. They want you to come to them. And I'm not saying they just want you to do all the work. They just want to feel secure in knowing that you also feel the same way. Maybe you're more intuitive than them. So you have this strong sense of knowing that they like you. Maybe they're kind of confused whether you like them, but I feel like you have the magic and the potential to create whatever it is you want with this person. And I feel like they want to give you that magic. They want you to know that you have the power to do whatever it is you want with me, whatever it is you want to say to me. They will receive. They want you to receive. They want to give. There's this generous exchange of energy I'm feeling between you and this person. It's very magical. It's very true. And I feel like you feel it. I feel like they feel it. They just don't know how to tap into those intuitive thoughts to really understand and feel confident and know that it's true. Maybe they're nervous, maybe they're anxious. Maybe for some people this is simply apologizing for something. Maybe this is a past relationship and this person is still into you, or this is somebody from the past that you understood. Maybe it wasn't a deep relationship. Perhaps they just want to know that you're still into them, that you still want to offer something. They're still there to receive whatever it is you need to offer, whatever it is you need to say, whatever desire you want. They're there to give it to you. They want to be there to give it to you. Okay, that's beautiful. They feel very honest, very open to you. I feel like with a lot of people, they're not very open, but with you, they're just open to do whatever, to receive whatever it is they want to do. I'm down. I feel like they're like that type of person. They're just a little nervous, but it's not nervous like anxious about you or the relationship. It's more about failing and not succeeding and being afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, but that's not the case at all. Everybody gets rejected at some points, whether it's a career, whether it's something you're going for romantically. It's just something natural, so it's nothing to be afraid of. There are so many other things that you will succeed at, that they will succeed at, if rejection is there. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if that resonated with you. And until next time, the world of Plantboi.